North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has issued a rare apology for the killing of South Korean official. According to the South's presidential office, Kim reportedly told his Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in that the incident should not have happened. The apology came in the form of a letter sent to President Moon and acknowledged that the incident should not have happened. According to an official, Mr. Kim said that he felt very sorry for disappointing Mr. Moon. Now, quoting the Blue House, the North also released more details of the incident, saying that 10 shots were fired at the man. It clarified that it had not burnt the man's body, but rather the floating material that was carrying him, said the South's Director of National Security, Soo-hoon. South Korea's military said that evidence suggested that the man was attempting to defect to the north. The official was reported missing from a South Korean patrol boat on Monday when it was about 10 kilometers south of Northern Limit Line.
Thousands of school children have been locked down in their schools. People have been told to stay in their homes. Police really trying to get people off the streets. One suspect still at large. That is what we're hearing from our reporter at the scene, Chris Moore. And we can now confirm that one suspect has been caught by police and now is in police custody. No more detail on who that suspect is.
Absolutely. Obviously, it's still early. We have conflicting reports on the number of suspects. One has been arrested. There are conflicting reports whether he was the only one or whether there was a second person. We haven't heard about their motives and anything else.
France has set a new daily record for COVID, with more than 16,000 cases registered in the last 24 hours. On Wednesday, the French government announced the new measures to try to contain the spread of the virus. Health authorities have set up graded danger levels to try to cover alert, reinforced alert and maximum alert zones. Areas with more than 150 cases per 100,000 people are shown in red, while the worst hit areas with more than 250 cases per 100,000 are marked dark red and face the strictest measures. Many have taken to the streets in Paris, warning they simply won't survive fresh closures. Bars and restaurants have already been ordered to shut in Marseille, while in red zones in Paris, opening hours from next week have been restricted to 10 p.m. and discontent is spiralling.
Well, this is an unusual, highly unusual incident, tragic incident of a police officer being shot and dying from those injuries. These are very rare circumstances. We understand they happened in the police custody centre in the south of London, in Croydon. The incident happened at 2:15 a.m. local time, but the news broke much later. So a man who was being detained and who appears to have shot this police officer while he was being searched, a 23-year-old man, was himself, apparently turned the gun on himself, was then taken to hospital and is in a critical condition. A murder investigation has been opened.
Pressure mounts on the Modi government as highways and railway tracks have been blocked, state borders have been sealed at certain points, and additional police forces have been deployed as thousands of farmers took to the streets in protest against the controversial farm bills. Massive protests have broken out in Punjab and Haryana, as well as Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and even Karnataka. A complete shutdown of Punjab has been called by 31 farmers groups protesting in the state under the Bharatiya Kisan Union banner. The Punjab-Haryana border has been sealed near Ambala. The Delhi-Amritsar highway has been blocked near Jalandhar by farmers from BKU and Revolutionary Marxist Party of India.
Grab the driver. They're trying to grab the driver of the car. This is getting ugly really quick. Really quick. That pickup pulled right in front of the car. Now you have protesters beating up that driver, trying to get to the crowd. And here he goes again. He's stepping on.
Mozambique is turning to the European Union for help to stop attacks by ISIL-linked groups in its northern region. The president wants the EU to train its forces to battle armed groups which emerged 3 years ago in Cabo Delgado. Since then, the fighters have stepped up the violence, seizing important towns and targeting the military.
The government of Mozambique has asked for what it's described as specialised training and logistics for counter-terrorism forces and also for medical assistance in the combat zone. Mozambique's armed forces have struggled in their fight against the armed groups. Last month, the armed groups took control of the port town of Mocimboa de Praia, and the government forces haven't been able to take the town back since. ISIL has claimed responsibility for some of the attacks that have happened in Cabo Delgado province, although it's not clear how much international support the fighters there actually have.
The police in Vietnam have seized as many as 345,000 used condoms, which were cleaned and sold as new. In a raid, the used condoms were seized in a warehouse located in the Binh Duong province in Vietnam. Footage broadcast on state media showed dozens of large bags containing the used contraceptives on the warehouse floor. The sacks weighed 360 kilograms, which police estimated to be around 345,000 condoms. A woman detained during the racket bust said that the used prophylactics were first boiled in water, then dried and reshaped on a wooden phallus before being repackaged and resold.
Latest on Nepal and China, pillar number 11 along the Nepal-China border in Humla district, which was said to have been missing, has now finally been found. According to officials, the pillar was found buried under snow and rubble. The missing border pillar had created a row between Nepal and China after reports that the Chinese side had built 11 buildings in the area, which both sides claim as their own territory. Officials say that the pillar will make it easier for them to draw the line to figure out whether the area where the Chinese structures have been built falls in Nepal or China. The Nepalese government has been accused of negligence. According to a ministry official, a detailed boundary inspection has not happened along the border since 2005. A similar dispute had surfaced around 5 years ago regarding pillar number 12, the official has stated.